Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Now we have an introduction to the conditional sentence in Arabic language. And as we have learned that the conditional sentence starts with law. Name of, so this is basically called harfu imtinain limtinain. Name of the particle law. So this is basically the name of the particle, which denotes that an action has been prevented from taking place because of another action. So mana yamna'u man'an fahuwa mani'un, that means to stop someone. And when we take it to the bab, which is imtana'a yamtani'u imtina'an, then it means to be stopped or to be prevented. So when so basically it means to be prevented from doing something. And when we are prevented from doing something, when we fail to do something, as we can see here, that an action has been prevented from taking place. Why? Because of another action. So there were two actions, and in English language, we call it a second conditional. Like, had you done this, you could have achieved this. Warada fi darsi, as it came in the lesson. Warada yaridu, we have learned about it. لو عرفت أنك تأتي إلى بلدي لاستقبلتك في المطار. Had I known that you were coming to my country, I could have welcomed you at the airport. لو حرف امتناع لامتناع. So as we have seen there, that this is basically a word or a harf, basically it's a particle of action which tells us that something has been prevented because of something. وتفيد ثلاثة أمور, and it gives the benefit of three things. أفاد يفيد إفادة, and because it's harf, so that's why it is tufidu. So it gives the meaning of, or it gives the benefit of three things. الشرطية, so that's number one, that it gives the meaning of or the benefit of conditional sentence. Then we have تقييد الشرطية بالضم الماضي, restriction of conditional to the past. So it restricts the conditional sentence only to the past. And then the last one is al-imtina, which is basically abstention or prevention. نحو لو اجتهدت لنجحت. معناه لم تجتهد فلم تنجح. So لو اجتهدت, had you worked hard, لنجحت, you could have succeeded. And what's the meaning? Meaning is لم تجتهد, you didn't work hard, فلم تنجح, and that's why you didn't succeed. So that's the introduction of conditional sentence, which is basically, or which starts with لو. يقترن اقترن يقترن اقترانا, to be connected. يقترن جوابها المثبت باللام. So if jawab shart is positive or affirmative, then we have to connect lam to the second part of the sentence. We know that first part is called a shart and the second part is called jawab shart. So the second part, if the sentence is affirmative or positive, then to the second part we have to connect, or we have to connect it with lam. ولا يقترن بها جوابها المنفي. And if jawab shart is negative, then we don't have to connect it with lam. يجوز عكسه وهذا قليل, and عكس, yani the opposite is possible, but this is very limited, or this is very قليل, yani it doesn't happen a lot. لو سمعت قصته لبكيت. Had you heard his story, you could have cried. So now you can see over here that we have لو سمعت قصته. This is مثبت, or this is positive. There is no negative to this. That's why after that we have la, which is called a lam over there, and this has to be connected if the sentence is positive. La bakaita, and that's number one. Number two, both of them, sami'ta wa bakaita, both of them are past tenses. And number three, it gives the meaning of prevention. That means that you didn't listen to his story, or you didn't hear his story. That's why you didn't cry. قال المدرس لحامد, the teacher said to Hamid, لو حضرت أمس ما شكوتك إلى المدير. Had you attended yesterday, I wouldn't have complained about you to the manager. Now we can see here that we have ma, which is harf nafi, which is used for negation. So when we have ma, or when the jawab shart is manfi, then we don't have to use la with that. So we can see over here that jawab shart is without la. So we don't have ma, or we don't have lama shakautaka. It is simply ma shakautaka ila al-mudiri. I wouldn't have, or I wouldn't have complained about you to the manager. هذا طعام فاسد. This food is rotten. لو أكله الناس لمرضوا. Had people eaten it, they would have become sick. So as again we can see here, that's a positive sentence. It's muthbat. That's why we have we have la connected to that, which is called jawab al-shart. لو رأيت ذاك المنظر لبكيت. Had you seen that sight, you could have cried. So that could be a sight which is not really amazing, something that is like dangerous or terrible. So that's why it says لو رأيت ذاك المنظر لبكيت. So we can see over here again that lam has been connected to the jawab al-shart. Then we have لو عرفت أن الاختبار اليوم ما تأخرت. Had I known that the exam was today, I wouldn't have delayed. Ma ta'akhartu, I wouldn't have delayed. So here we have ma, that's why lam is not connected to that. All right, so is this part clear? Any questions or anything that you would like to ask? All right. Yes, please.
Here, law samita hissatuhu la bakaita. Given the answer is musbat or manfi, sir.
This is muthbat, because we don't have negative. If we have ma, please remember that if we have ma after that, that will be jawab al-shart. That means it is negative, because you know that with the past tense we use ma for the negation. For example, you say ma dhahabtu ila al-madrasa, I didn't go to the school. Ma dhahabtu ila al-amal, I didn't go to work. So we don't have ma. That means this is a positive sentence. It is muthbat. And whenever we have ma, that means jawab al-shart is negative.
But if it will come lam or ma, they will both sides. It will come law. That time only past tense only coming out, sir.
Yes, it only comes with the past tense. Excellent. Both parts only come with the past tense.
Okay.
And the second part, wayaki. The second part will only take lam, as you can see here, if it is positive. If the second part is negative, which is called jawab al-shart, and then there is no need to add la to that. Do you remember the example from the Quran that we discussed, I think, in the previous lesson? From Surat al-Hashr? Does anyone remember? Yes, please continue.
لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته.
هذا القرآن لرأيته خاشيا متصديا من خشية الله. Excellent. So if we remember one example, inshallah, that would be sufficient. All right. Now you have to complete the exercise. أدخل لو على الجمل الآتية وغير ما يلزم. So now we have to basically complete the sentences using law, and we have to change whatever is necessary. That means we have to make the necessary changes. غير يغير تغييرا. غير, this is فعل الأمر over here, and لازم يلزم, something that is required or something that is needed. So basically we have to complete the sentences, whatever is needed to complete them. ضربني ذاك الولد ضربته. So we have to make conditional sentence using law. Had that boy hit me, I would have hit him. So we have to use law. لو ضربني ذاك الولد
لا ضربته.
لا ضربته. Excellent. Perfect. So لو ضربني ذاك الولد فلا ضربته. Had that boy hit me, I could have hit him. عرفت أن المدرس مسافر ما جئت. Now you can see here that the jawab al-shart has to be negative. So had I known that the teacher was traveling, I wouldn't have come. لو
أن المدرس مسافر ما جئت.
Excellent. لو عرفت أن المدرس مسافر ما جئت. So now you can see here that there is no need to use لا because this is a negative sentence. منفي. Excellent. تأخرت دقيقتين فاتتني الطائرة. لو تأخرت دقيقتين yes لفاتتني الطائرة. So now we have to use la with that. Had I delayed for 2 minutes, I could have missed the plane. Fata yafutu, basically it means to die, but also it is used when you talk about missing something. When you miss something, then you can use the verb fatani al-qitaru, I missed the train, and inshallah we will see this in the coming part of the lesson. سمعت تلاوة هذا القارئ بكيت.
لو سمعت تلاوة هذا القارئ لبكيت.
لبكيت. Had you listened to the recitation of this reciter, you could have cried. قرأت هذه القصة ضحكت كثيرا.
لو قرأت.
Excellent. Yes, please. لو قرأت هذه القصة
لضحكت كثيرا.
لضحكت كثيرا. Excellent. I think now there is no need to translate. I'm sure you can do that. عرفت أنه يكذب ما ساعدته. ساعد يساعد مساعدة means to help.
لو عرفت أنه يكذب ما ساعدته.
لو عرفت أنه يكذب ما ساعدته. Okay, ساعدته. So what would be the translation?
I would help you on this. I would help on this.
Had I known that he was lying, I wouldn't have helped him. Yeah, I wouldn't have helped him. ما ساعدته, I wouldn't have helped him because this is the second part is jawab shart is negative. So I didn't know that he was lying, that's why I helped him. But if I knew that he was lying, I wouldn't have helped him. زادت درجاتي بنصف درجة نجحت بتقدير أو بتقدير ممتاز.
لو زادت.
Yes, لو زادت درجاتي بنصف درجة
لنجحت
بتقدير ممتاز. Excellent. So لو زادت we are using because درجات درجات is the plural of درجة, mark and marks. So لو زادت درجاتي بنصف درجة had my mark been increased only by half a mark لنجحت بتقدير ممتاز, I could have succeeded with excellent grades. So anything that is more than 90 plus is considered as excellent, or it is considered as بتقدير ممتاز. أكمل الناقصة فيما يلي. Now we have to complete whatever is missing or whatever is incomplete. All right, so it's already there. لو ما رسبت. So لو اجتهدت ما رسبت. So basically it should be ما رسبت. Okay. لو اجتهدت ما رسبت. Had I worked hard, I wouldn't have failed. رسب يرسب, that means to fail. لو is, we know that this is مبني على السكون. So when we have Hamzat al-Wasl after that, اجتهدت has Hamzat al-Wasl after that. So then we will connect it with kasra. لو اجتهدت ما رسبت. Had I worked hard, I wouldn't have failed. لو عرفت أنك تأتي إلى المدينة. So basically the answers are already there. So لو عرفت أنك تأتي إلى المدينة ما سافرت. Had I known that you were coming to Medina, I wouldn't have traveled. So because we have negative over there, that's why there is no need to use la with that. لو أكلت ذلك الطعام الفاسد لمرضت. So had you eaten that rotten food, you could have got sick. لو تأخرنا لفاتتنا ركعة. Had we delayed, we could have missed a rak'ah أو ركعة. تأخرنا, تأخر يتأخر تأخرا means to be delayed. To be delayed when someone is delayed by himself. And if we use it, or if we take it to the bab where we have akhara yuakhil, which is the second bab, then it means to delay someone, to make someone late. Akhara yuakhiru ta'khiran. So if someone makes you late, you can say akhartani, you have made me late. But when you say I have become late or I was late, then you will say ta'akhartu. And inshallah, these derived forms of the verb, we will inshallah start from lesson number 16, and that will help us a lot. أدخل له في جملتين على أن يكون جوابها في الأولى مثبتا وفي الثانية منفيا. So now we have to add لو to two sentences. The first one, the answer has to be, or جواب الشرط has to be positive, and the second one has to be negative. لو زرتني أمس لأكلت طعاما لذيذا. Had you visited me yesterday, you could have eaten delicious food. لو عرفت أنك مريض ما تأخرت. Had I known that you are sick, I wouldn't have delayed. So now you can see here that this part, جواب الشرط, here is positive. That's why we have la with that, and here it is negative. That's why we have no la with that. So this part is done, the conditional part. And now we have the discussion about min qablu wa min ba'du. Min qablu yubna. What kind of verb is this? Active or passive?
Passive.
Passive. All right. So bana yabni, to construct something, to build something, and buniya yubna will be the passive form, something that has been constructed, something has been built. Min qablu yubna, qablu wa ba'du ala dhammi. So min qablu, similarly, qablu wa ba'du are fixed on dhamma. When idha qutiya anil idafati, when they are cut or when they are disconnected from idafa. Lafdhan la ma'nan. But when they are disconnected from idafa, only when it comes to the meaning and when it comes to the word and not to the meaning. So that's what we need to know. And from this example, inshallah, we will understand what does it mean. Lillahi al-amru min qablu wa min ba'du. The decision of the matter before and after. So as you can see here, these events. So what happens over here? Lafdhan yani mudaf ilayh has been dropped. Only the words have been dropped, but the meaning have been, or the meanings have been retained. Ala dhammi idha qutiya anil idafati. So if so basically we are talking about the ending, the case ending, the vowels. We are talking about that, not about the meaning, because when the mudaf ilayh has been dropped, then only the word will be dropped, but the meaning will be retained. The meaning will be there. As we can see over here, the decision of the matter before and after. So basically these events, basically hadhi al-huduth. So it exists over there when it comes to the meaning. When it comes to the meaning, it exists. But when we talk about the word, then the word which is mudaf ilayh, it has been dropped. And there is further explanation to this. This is basically the translation by itself is only with Allah before the defeat of the Romans by the Persians and the defeat of the Persians by the Romans. So these are different translations. I use Quran.com for this purpose. And there are different translations of different ulamas, and you can benefit from all of them. And whatever is suitable, I try to bring that over here, inshallah, so that would be helpful. Most of them, they haven't translated it like this, but this one is from Taqi Uthmani, Taqi Halal Uthmani and Muhammad Muhsin Khan. These two, they have joint translation of the Quran. One of them is from Morocco and the other is from Pakistan. Muhsin Khan, may Allah forgive him, Allah yarhamu, has also translated the Bukhari, the complete Bukhari, all the 12 volumes of Bukhari, and by profession he was a doctor, medical doctor. Tamarinu amatun. Now we have general exercises. Hati mudari al-af'al al-atiyati. So now we have to give the present tense to the following words, or to the following verbs. Istaqbala.
Yastaqbilu.
Yastaqbilu. Okay, so as of now, we only need to know that Hamza of Istaqbala is Hamzatul Wasl. So you will notice that, inshallah, in Arabic or even in the Quran. In the Quran, normally when it's Hamzatul Wasl, there is a small sign of Sad. But in regular Arabic or MSA, modern standard Arabic, they don't put any haraka on that, so that the reader can understand that this is Hamzatul Wasl. Istaqbala yastaqbilu. to welcome someone. Intadara,
ينتظر
yantadiru. So this is also Hamzatul Wasl because we don't see any sign over there. Safara,
يسافر
yusafiru. So which verb form is this? Do you remember?
فعل يفعل
Fa'ala yufa'ilu, jahada yujahidu. Excellent.
ذهب الجهل
All right. Then we have sa'ada, the same pattern.
same pattern يساعد
Yusa'idu, to help. Excellent. And then we have rahaba,
يرحب
yurahibu, bi. Yes, it comes with the preposition of bi. So this is verb form number 2.
سبح يسبح
Sabbaha yusabbihu. Excellent. Makatha,
يمكث
yamkuthu. Excellent. So it's basically on the pattern of nasara
Nasara
yansuru. Excellent. All right. Then we have labitha,
يلبث
yalbathu. So this is on the pattern of samia.
سمع
يسمع.
يسمع
All right. Excellent. Kasaba,
يكسب
yaksibu. So this is on the pattern of daraba yadribu.
ضرب
All right. And then we have fata,
يفيت
la fata yafutu. Fata
يفوت.
yafutu. And then we have darra
يجر
yadur. Darra yadur. So what kind of verb is this? Fata? Ajwaf? Ajwaf
Ajwaf
wawi
wawi.
or ajwaf yai? Ajwaf
Wawi.
wawi. Okay.
Wawi.
Because we can see the waw over here. Excellent. Darra yadur. What kind of verb is this?
مضعف
Muda'af. Excellent. Darra yadur. Perfect. Then we have here hati mufrada. So now we have to provide the singular zuwarun, zuwarun, and the singular is zairun, and shidadun, and the singular is shadidun. Zuwarun, visitors, and shidadun, as we can see here, harsh and severe, basically. So if you see here the verse of the Quran, alayha malaikatun ghiladun shidadun, over which are appointed angels, harsh and severe. Alayha, so you can see over here, let's not forget about these constructions as well. So when we have alayha jar majroor, then what kind of constructions do we have? After that, generally we have a common noun, as we can see here, malaikatun, ghiladun, and then we have the adjectives that are used for the angels, malaikatun, so it's a common noun, ghiladun and shidadun. The sifa is also two sifas basically, all of them are common as well. So malaikatun will be mubtada, muakhar, and alayha will be khabar muqaddam. Hati jam'a jariha wa jarihun wa nafsun. So the plural, we have to give the plural of jarihun, which is jarha, and nafsun has two plurals, nufusun wa anfusun. One is on the pattern of ulun and the other is on the pattern of af'ulun. We have these verses from the Quran. Alimat nafsum ma qaddamat wa akharat. Alimat, why we have the verb of the feminine over here?
because
Why not
nafsun is
alima?
feminine. Nafsun is feminine.
Nafsun is feminine, excellent. So that's why we have here that the verb that has been used, or the verbs that have been used for nafsun, all of them are feminine. Alimat, nafsun ma qaddamat wa akharat. A soul then will then know what it has put forth and kept back. And then we have idhan nufus zuwijat. So here we have the second plural, which is, or the first plural, which is nufus. And when the souls are paired, when they will be paired, and anfus. Do you remember an example of anfus from the Quran?
والأنفس والثمرات. It was like ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات.
Excellent. And similarly, the verse that we have discussed from Surah Tahrim, I guess. يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا.
وأهلكم نارا.
Yes, that's right. So that is قوا أنفسكم. So nafsun, and the plural is أنفسكم. Excellent. So all of three words that they have been used in the Quran, and all of them are feminine. Hati, dadda, darra. So we have to provide the opposite of darra, and it is nafa'a. Then it says أدخل كل كلمة مما يأتي في جملة مفيدة. Now each of the words we have to use it in a useful sentence. خال. So what's the meaning of خال over here?
Empty.
Empty. Okay. So did you think for a while that it might mean uncle as well? Because it could be khalun, but if it is uncle, it's then the standard form will be khalun, because the standard
Shouldn't
form.
have kasrat and yes.
Yeah, the standard form of the noun, as we have discussed many times, the standard form of the noun is always marfu. So here khalin is basically marfu, as we know that, because this is ismun manqusun, as we know that.
Manqus.
Yeah, so it will be khalin, khaliyan, khalin. So when it is marfu and majroor, then it comes with kasratain. So hadal baytu khalin, this house is empty. Then we have jarihun, means a wounded person. Nuqil al-jarihu ila al-mustashfa, the wounded person was transferred to the hospital. Istaqbala, عندما وصلت المدينة المنورة. استقبلني أصدقائي في المطار. So when I reached Madina Munawwara, my friends or my colleagues welcomed me at the airport. يضرني الجلوس تحت المروحة, sitting under the fan hurts me. ساعدني أصدقائي على شراء السيارة, so my friends helped me on buying the car. Shira, as we know, shira yashri, shira is masdar, so we need to be careful because masdar is used in different ways in Arabic language, and here it is translated as in buying a car or to buy a car. تأخرت, I was late or I delayed. ففاتتني الطائرة, and I missed the plane. So when we say فاتتني الطائرة, basically it means that the plane missed me. But of course, this is a very interesting verb that is used in Arabic language, and it's used both in Amiya and Fusha. Even in Amiya, like in everyday Arabic, they use the same verb. So when you say that you missed something, and if something is masculine, then we will use the word fatani. For example, you say, I missed the train. So you will say fatani al-qitaru, I missed the train. But when you talk about something feminine, then we know that we have to use the verb for the feminine as well. So if you talk about the opportunity, then you will say فاتتني الفرصة, I missed the opportunity. زرت صديقي فرحب بي, I visited my friend and he welcomed me. المفردات, now we have the vocabulary over here. استبقى, to preserve or to retain. What will be the original form of استبقى?
Istabqa.
I mean the past, this is the derived form of the verb. We are talking about the verbs that have three root letters. Three root letters.
Sabaqa. No. Yes, sabaqa.
Baqiya.
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 Yes,
Yes, to
baqiya
preserve.
yabuka. Excellent. Yes, baqiya yabuka. Yes, to preserve or to retain. Then we have istaqbala yastaqbilu. So this one, it will be qabila yaqbalu. So basically, whenever we have this form, this is verb from number 10. That means the first three huruf, they will be extra. So Hamza is extra, Sin is extra, and Ta is also extra. So similarly, istaqbala. So we will say that qaf, bala, they are the root letters, and these three, they are the derived from, so they are extra. Istamarra. Similarly here, what will be the root letters?
Marwa.
Marra yamurru, excellent. And when it goes to verb from number 10, then it becomes istamarra yastamirru. That means to last or to continue. Iltazama yaltazimu, to embrace or to make something obligatory. So this is basically, we have taken this verb today.
Lazama.
Lazima yalzamu, excellent. Lazima yalzamu, and then when we take it to verb from number 8, it becomes iltazama yaltazimu. That means, as we can see here, from number 8. It's also written here as well, so it means to embrace. Then we have imtana'a yamtani'u. This is also a verb from number 8. So what will be the real form number 1? Mana yamna. Excellent. And when we take it to form number 8, then it becomes to be prevented. Imtana'a yamtani'u imtina'an, to refrain or to abstain or to cease. Abadan, never. It's a verb, and it gives the meaning of negative, but it is always used with the present tense, and it gives the meaning of future. And then we have adda yuaddi ta'diyatan wa ada'an. It has masdarain or two masdar. Adda yuaddi means to perform, ta'diyatan performing, and ada also means to perform as well. Ada as-salati, ada al-umrati, to perform the prayer and to perform the salah.
So is it
Yes,
is it from verb form 2 as it's written?
it is. That's right.
Or-
It is two. Yes, that's
Okay.
right.
So
Sabbaha
that means
yusabbihu.
sabah yusabbihu.
That's right.
Okay.
Then we have ittarra, to compel. It's verb from number 8. Okay, inshallah, when we discuss about verb from number 8, it's very interesting. Basically, it has the third letter is always ta, but sometimes due to linguistic reasons, it changes as well. So it was basically ta, but ta has changed into dad because of we have ta after that. So that's why it has changed. So inshallah, when we discuss about the forms of the verb, derived forms of the verbs, then we will discuss in detail. So ittarra, yattarru ittararan, to compel someone, to force someone to do something. Iqtarana yaqtarinu, to be linked. So it's qarana yaqrinu, iqtarana yaqtarinu, to be linked or to be joined. So this is also a verb from number 8. So as I discussed, or as I said earlier, that normally we have ta as the third letter, but here it has changed from ta into dad. Al-barihata, last night. Intadara yantadiru, also this is verb from number 8, to wait. Nadara yanduru, and from that we have intadara yantadiru. Athbata yuthbitu, ithbatan, to confirm. This is verb from number 4. Aslama yuslimu, islaman. Baqiya yabqa, so this is samia yasma'u on the pattern of baqiya yabqa. And when we take it to verb from number 10, then we have seen that it has become istabaqa yastabqi. Baladun, town or country, and the plural is on the pattern of fi'alun, it is biladun. Afada yufidu ifadatan. It has several meanings: to signify, notify, to inform, and to be useful. This is also verb from number 4. Like we have afada yufidu ifadatan, adafa yudifu idafatan, and there are some other forms as well that we have learned. Taqabbala yataqabbalu, verb from number 5, to accept, to grant one's prayer. So normally when we make dua, when someone goes for umrah, so we say taqabbalallahu umratakum, taqabbalallahu hajjakum. Similarly, when someone comes from tarawih or prayer, normally we make the dua taqabbalallahu a'malakum or taqabbalallahu salihah a'malakum. May Allah accept your good deeds. Thabata yathbutu, to stand firm, to be unshakable. It's on the pattern of nasara yansuru. And when we take it to the verb from number 2, which is thabbata yuthabbitu, then it means to fix, to consolidate, or to strengthen. Dhaqa yadhuqu, to taste. Zada yazidu, so these verbs we have learned several times. So inshallah, I'm sure now you know them: to grow and to increase. What will be the masdar of zada yazidu?
Ziyadatan.
Ziyada. What will be ismul fa'il?
مزيدا
Za'idun.
Za'idun.
And ismul maf'ul?
Mazidun.
Mazidun. Excellent. Mazidun. Okay. Then we have jarihun, and the plural is jarha, wounded. And then we have discussed about harfum dinain, lim dinain. So law, about law we have discussed in the beginning of the lesson. Taqdirun, here it's used for the grade in the exam. Thumma, then. Thamma and thammata, as we can see here, both of them, they have the same meaning there. So it also means hunaka. Ja'a yaji'u, to come. Okay, who remembers the masdar of ja'a yaji'u? Maji'un. Shukran li maji'ikum. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. So we need to remember that. Ja'a yaji'u maji'un, to come. And when it comes with a preposition of be, then it means to bring. Ja'a yaji'u and the preposition of be, then the meaning will change. It means to bring. Jaraha yajrahu, to wound. And then we have juz'un and part, and the plural is ajzaun on the pattern of af'alun. Hawa yahwi, to contain. Haythu, where the mudaf ilayh is verbal or a nominal sentence. So the mudaf ilayh can be both. It can be verbal sentence and it can be a nominal sentence as well. And also we need to know that when we use min before that, min like that is harf jar, then we will say that this is jar majroor. So it's because we know it's a noun. So when we have min before that, then it is jar majroor. This is just extra information. And when it is used as dharf, then we will say that this is mansoob, or it is in the place of nasb. But when we have min before that, then we will say that this is mahallan majroor. Darajatun, mark, and the plural is darajatun. Dalla yadullu ala dalalatan, to show, to demonstrate, point out, direct, signify, indicate. Also, it has many meanings. And when we take it to verb form number 10, then it becomes istadalla yastadillu istidlalan. Then we have raja'a yarji'u, to return. And when we take it to verb form number 3, it is jahada yujahidu, then it becomes raja'a yuraji'u muraja'atan, that means to revise. To revise. Muraja, revision. Rahababi, to welcome. And normally we need to know that for rahaba yurahibu, tarhiban is not used in Arabic language when we talk about welcoming someone. So the masdar that is used for rahaba yurahibu is marhaban wa laysa tarhiban. Yani tarhiban exists. It's not like something that doesn't exist, but it is not used. The masdar that is used is basically marhaban. Marhaban is the masdar of rahiba yarhabu. We have discussed about this in book number 2. Marhaban is also masdar. So rahaba yurahibu, tarhiban is not used. We use marhaban. Zara yazuru, to visit, ziyaratan. And then we have rasaba yarsubu, to fail in the exam. Zairun, zuwarun, visitor. Sara yasiru, sayran, to go, to move, to travel. Samaha yusamihu, again this is verb form number 3. What will be the original form, verb form number 1? Samiha yasmahu, tasmahani bid-dukhul bil-khuruj. We have discussed about it many times. So when we put it into verb form number 3, then it means to forgive. Similarly, sa'ada yusaidu, to help, number 3. Sha'a yasha'u, okay, to want, to wish. What will be the masdar of sha'a yasha'u?
Shay'un.
Shay'un wa mashiyatun, that's right too. Excellent. And then we have samaha yasmahu, li, to permit, to allow someone, it's over here. And then we have sayyaratun, that means a car. Then we have sabara yasbiru, to be patient. Darra yadurru, to harm. Tawa yatwi. So here it is, tuwiya qayduhu, his name has been struck off. He has been struck off from the college or from the school. Isha'un, evening, early night. Tawa yatwi, to fold. Fata yafutu. So as we can see here, it has the meaning of escaping, to escape, to elude, to miss, and also it means to die as well. Ghayyara yughayyiru taghyiran, to change, to alter. Then we have qabala yuqabilu muqabalatan, to meet or to have an interview. So muqabalatan is used for the interview. Qa'idun, sitting, and it's on the pattern of fa'ilun, and the plural is qu'udun. Qabila yaqbalu, and then we have istaqbala yastaqbilu for number 10, to accept. Qattu, we have discussed about it, never, and it is always used with the past tense. Qa'ada yaq'udu, to sit. And then we have qaidun, and the plural is quyudun. So it has also several meanings like record or registry, entry, or enrollment. Labitha yalbathu, to tarry or to stay or to remain. Lazima yalzamu, to be necessary, to be required. And then we have lahdatun, moment. Law, had he or had it, introduces a hypothetical condition. مثبت, ثبت يثبت, and then we have مثبت affirmative. ولو, even if, and لولا and لوما. Inshallah, we will discuss about these in the coming lessons. منفي negative. ماشٍ pedestrian. What will be the plural of ماشٍ?
ماشيون.
ماشيون مشاة. If you remember, normally these manqus, they have the plural on the pattern of fu'alun, so it will be mushatun. Excellent. Da'in, du'atun. Similarly, we have many words. So most of the time it comes on the pattern of fu'atun, which is basically mushatun, pedestrians. Mani'un, objection or anything that prevents. Marra yamurru, to pass by. Muddatun, and the plural is muddadun, period of time. Mururun, mururun is basically masdar of marra yamurru, and it is used for traffic. Maq'adun, and the plural is maqa'idu. Why the plural is maqa'idu on the pattern of mafa'ilu? Do you remember that?
Because it's zarf.
Zarf, excellent. And whenever we talk about zarf, whether it is zaman or makan, the plural normally comes on the pattern of mafa'ilu. Excellent. Masjidun, masajidu, maktabun, makatibu, and similarly maq'adun, maqa'idu. It can also come with kasra as well. If it comes with kasra, then it will be miq'adun, then it will be ismul ala. So it can be also ismul ala as well. Seat, which is kind of instrument as well. So maq'ad is the place of sitting, and miq'ad will be a seat, or it means ismul ala. Makatha yamkuthu, to stay, to remain. And then we have masha yamshi, to walk. Multazamun, also eastern wall of the Kaaba, between the door and the black stone, which is held as though in embrace. So basically when the Hujjaj, they go there, or for Mu'tamirin, for Umrah, they go over there and then they make dua. And inshallah, I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us the opportunity to go and do Hajj and Umrah again and again. And the last part is mana yamna'u, which is to prevent, to hold back. Mumtazun, distinction, over 90%. Naba yanubu, and it comes with the preposition of an, to deputize, to act on someone's behalf. Naba yanubu, what is the masdar?
Niyabatan.
Niyabatan, yes, niyabatan. Niyabatan anni, yani on behalf of me. So if you want to say it's to tell someone that do this on behalf of me, then niyabatan anni. Nadara yanzuru, it comes with the preposition of ila, to look at. Then we have warada yaridu, to come, to appear, show up, to be found, and also to occur. Wasala yasilu, to arrive. And then we have yawma thulatha'i, Tuesday. Is it Tuesday today? Yes, it is. Nadharatun, spectacles. And then we have naharun, daytime or day from dawn to dusk, and waqafa yaqifu, to stand or to stop. So alhamdulillah, we have completed our lesson, and inshallah in the next lesson we will start lesson number 13. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا yes أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. Yes.
Sir, I wanted to ask about the plurals. When we said Martian will have plural, if it's a sound plural, it will take ya back, right?
Mashin, mashiyani, mashuna. Only in the dual.
Mashuna.
Mashuna, yes.
Okay,
Only in
so the dual.
Yes.
Dual will take ya back, and if it's used as a mudaf, then it will also have ya back.
Yes, it is basically, as you said, it is mashiyuna. It is mashiyuna basically. But we have discussed the rules, if you remember the rules.
Of illa, yes.
Yeah,
so the ya will be dropped.
Yeah, ya will be dropped. Yeah, so
Yes.
then it becomes mashiyuna basically.
But in the case of mudaf, it will not drop the
it
ya.
will not be dropped, it will come back, yeah.
And the ya will tell us that either it's in raf or nasb or jar.
Nasb or jar, exactly.
So my question was, how will we then decide it's if it's in plural, then it will be like if we take the example of mashuna, then it will be mashuha, like if we add it with some attached pronoun, like let's say ha, so it will be mashuha, mashiha.
Masha yamshi, in fact, it comes with the preposition of ila, so that's why we have to ila. So, yani mashuna ila al-masjidi. Nahnu yani mashuna ila al-masjidi. We are heading to the masjid.
Actually, I had read the word muwalli, and muwalli had the
Muwalli,
same
exactly.
thing that
Yes.
it had ya, and it will be dropped.
Muwalliha, exactly. It will be dropped.
Yes, muwalliha.
Nahnu, that's like we are the caretakers of the soul, that refers to the soul. Yes, in that case, noon will be dropped. We know that in either case, whenever we have mudaf, mudaf ilayh, and then the noon has to be dropped for the dual and for the plural. But in certain cases, we have to use the preposition after that. Like similarly, dhahibuna. For example, you want to say we are going to the library. So you will say nahnu dhahibuna ila al-maktabati.
Okay.
And if you want to use the pronoun, attached pronoun, then you will say nahnu dhahibuna ilayha. Ilayha.
Okay.
And it's not possible
We'll
to say
have to-
yani nahnu dhahibunaha, because you know the
Okay.
prepositions, they play a major role, so that's why we have to use the
Alright.
preposition in that case.
Okay. Jazakallah khair.
وإياكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Jazakallah khairan.
وإياكم.